Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most foundational stories of leadership and faith out there, the call of Moses, right from Exodus chapters 3 and 4. And that question really is what this whole story is about. Because the story doesn't start with a hero who's looking for a cause. It starts with a shepherd who's hiding from his past. So let's set the scene. We meet Moses, and he's not exactly in his prime. He's 80 years old. It's been 40 years since he fled Egypt after trying and failing to defend his people. Any revolutionary fire he once had is long, long gone. Now he's just tending his father-in-law's sheep. And then he sees something impossible. A bush is on fire, but it's not burning up. This incredible sight is what pulls Moses in. It's such a powerful image. It actually became a symbol for endurance through trials, because the source of this fire is God himself, present in the flame. Then, from inside the bush, God speaks. And he lays out the situation and the mission with absolute clarity, the liberation of an entire nation from slavery. This is a monumental, impossible-sounding task. So you'd think he'd jump at the chance, right? A heroic, yes, I'll do it. Nope, not at all. God's call is met with immediate, profound doubt. Okay, let's get into this back and forth. Moses' first thought isn't about logistics or, the danger of facing Pharaoh. It's about his own inadequacy. He looks inward and just sees nothing. He feels completely unqualified, asking, who am I to do this? And this is so important. God's answer doesn't pump him up. He doesn't say, Moses, you're smarter than you think. Instead, he completely reframes the whole thing. The focus shifts from the messenger's ability to the sender's presence. The qualification isn't who Moses is, it's who is with him. Okay, so Moses' next question is actually pretty logical. He asks for God's credentials. Think about it. In ancient Egypt, a world filled with powerful gods, he needs to know who's sending him. What's the name he's supposed to use? And this name is fascinating. It's not just a static title on a business card. It's a promise of action. It's basically God saying, you want to know who I am? Look at what I did for Abraham. And now, watch what I am about to do with you. He's a God defined by his actions. But even with this incredible name, Moses is still not convinced. He's still full of doubt. He asks, but what if they don't believe me? So God, with a lot of patience, gives him 3 tangible signs to back up the message. And these signs God gives him, they are not random magic tricks. No way. They are targeted, direct challenges to the symbols of power in Egypt. The snake, that represented Pharaoh's authority. The Nile River, that was the empire's source of life. With these signs, God is showing that he has complete control over both. So, you've got the name, you've got the power. That should be enough, right? For Moses? Not yet. He has one more objection, and this one is his most personal one. He basically says, look, I'm not a good public speaker. I stumble over my words. After 40 years in the wilderness with just sheep for company, maybe he feels like his communication skills are totally gone. He just doesn't think he has the words for this. And God's comeback is just perfect. It points right back to his identity as the creator. He essentially says, I designed the human mouth. Don't you think I can give it the right words to say? The one who creates can also empower. And this is it. This is the moment he just breaks. After all the reassurances, all the demonstrations of power, Moses gives up. He makes one last desperate plea. I'm not the one. Please, just send someone else. Now, you'd expect God's anger to mean, okay, you're fired. But that's not what happens. Instead, his anger leads to a practical solution. Instead of replacing Moses, God provides the exact support he needs. A partner. He meets Moses' weakness not with punishment, but with provision. It's amazing. So, why? Why stick with this guy who clearly doesn't want the job? Well, to make it absolutely crystal clear that the hero of this story was not going to be Moses. Think about your typical revolutionary leader. They built a legacy, they seek power. Moses is the exact opposite. His story constantly points away from himself. He didn't get any special privileges after the Exodus, he just served, usually while people were complaining about him. His weakness makes sure that everyone knows the victory belongs to God. And that brings us back to a promise God made right at the start. This was the sign, the proof he offered Moses from the very beginning. The ultimate goal was never just about getting out of Egypt. It was about where they were going. And here's the real heart of it all. This wasn't just about escape. Liberation was the journey, but restoring a relationship with God through worship, that was the destination. The Exodus wasn't just a political event, it was a redemptive one, designed to bring a whole people back to their Creator. So the story of this reluctant hero really challenges us to rethink where true strength comes from. It suggests that our greatest perceived weakness, the thing we're most insecure about, might be the very place where a greater purpose is just waiting to begin.